Menai Bridge, heritage footpaths. Okay, so I'm just parked here, £2 for 4 hours, not too bad. And information boards. This is kind of like a woodland here, and there's a church at the far end. Just entered the woodland, and there certainly are nice trees here. There's a nice beech tree there. Quite a pleasant woodland. Unfortunately, it's overcast today, no sunshine. Just came out of the wood there, and here's the Menai Straight. Unfortunately, I don't have a little piece of sponge. It's just suddenly disappeared. So it's a windy day today, so there's going to be a problem. There's the Menai Bridge over there. The first thing I'm going to do is inspect a little church on that headland. Okay, there's another nice tree there, huge tree. Friends of Church Island. That looks like a conifer, and it's certainly been there a few years. The diameter at the base of the trunk must be, well, looks like about 10 or 15 feet. Okay, let's see what the... There's a little hilltop here just above the church, and there's a good view of the Menai Straits and the kind of whirlpools, I believe that yeah, it's kind of all dangerous for small boats apparently. And here's the War Memorial. Quite an extensive graveyard here, and it's in very good position. So I'll just go and have a little look at the church there. There's that big conifer tree there with the, well, nearly 15-foot base of the trunk. Saint Cecilio built this church in 630 AD. And here's the church itself. Of course, it may still be used for services. Of course, this church doesn't date back to 630, but a church has probably been on this site since that time. This church again, it's looked after by the by volunteers. Over there is Church Island. You can't quite see the church. It's behind those trees. But I'm on at the Belgian promenade, constructed by Belgian refugees in the during the First World War. And ahead is the Thomas Telford, the famous Thomas Telford Bridge, and I'll be crossing that in maybe half an hour or so, and then going along that wooden walk to that other bridge, the Britannia Bridge. You see one of the towers of the Thomas Telford Bridge just through the trees there, and here below is one of those stone circles that communities in Wales construct, and almost certainly not a genuine stone circle. Curious stone. It's been carved and here's a good view of the Thomas Telford Bridge. A very good view. Just about to go under the bridge. In its time, one of the greatest engineering marvels of pre-Victorian Britain. This was constructed before Victoria came to the throne, or ascended to the throne. There's some information on the construction of the bridge, and the main feature of the bridge was to allow fully rigged sailing ships to go underneath, and the actual carriageway is 100 feet above the waters. Nice little house tucked away under the bridge. I'll just go do a little bit of road walking to go through the village of Menai Bridge itself. The back streets of Menai Bridge, and no shortage of churches and chapels, which is always the case in Welsh towns and villages. Okay, there's the Victoria Hotel, and there's the main street of Menai Bridge. I won't go down there. Unfortunately, this is a busy road, so but there is a footpath that crosses the bridge. Okay, I'll walk through some woodlands now on the Wales coast path to the bridge about, well, roughly a mile further down, the Britannia Bridge. Walk through just a small industrial centre, but this must have been the lodge for a big house at one time. That would have been a better parking spot on this walk, no charge. So let's want to go through some woodland now to the bridge. But I want to make sure I take the right footpath. Come a few feet down this footpath, and on the way back I'll go to Treborth Botanic Garden. I think it's basically only known to the locals. Some information on it. Sir Jovis Paxton, famous gardener. So far I haven't been able to get a good view of the Britannia Bridge. It's screened off by trees. Okay, there's a foundation stone for the commencement of the construction of the bridge, 1978. Unfortunately I can only see this bit of it. They say everything else is screened off by trees. I can't see anything for some reason or other. There might have been a much better viewpoint from the other side of the Menai Straight over there. Here's a little interesting discovery. This is a section of the original tubular bridge that went across the Menai Straight, constructed by Robert Stevenson in 1850. And the modern bridge, the present day bridge, was constructed in 1980. The original bridge, 1850 I believe, was burnt, was destroyed. It went up in flames. But again, there's not much of a view of the modern Britannia Bridge. It's all screened off by trees. But there's the section, Robert Stevens Tubular Bridge, which was considered, well, it was just a railway crossing. But the modern Britannia Bridge is a combined road and rail crossing. Okay, so I'll retrace my steps here now, but that's the closest I can get to the just looking at getting a view of the bridge. It's all screened off by trees, unfortunately. Very few people on these woodland paths, but here's a signpost this way to the bog garden. This might be part of the botanical gardens. After spending an hour in woodland with no views, except of course the trees. It's nice to have a little bit of open, but this is apparently the Treborth Botanical Gardens, unless they're further over there. Be roped off to allow that wild that grass to grow. Okay, these are the botanical gardens. They looks like there's this butterfly border. Well, there won't be too many butterflies today. It's pretty windy and overcast. Be quite a pleasant spot if the sun was shining. It's no dipping pond. There's no charge to come in here. It's just open pretty well to everybody. Been a nice spot right there to have a break. I had it about 10 minutes ago. On the only woodland bench I've seen up until now. It's quite extensive here. So it's a nice enough place to have a little stroll around if you're a local. Bamboos. It's quite a pleasant place here. It's worth coming round if you're visiting the area. I have passed just a few people here, but pretty well it's pretty well empty. Of course the weather's not too inviting. Okay, that's the name of the place, Trebworth Botanic Garden. Okay, there's Trebworth Botanic Garden with several species of trees here. It's quite pleasant. I've got about maybe 3/4 of a mile. I'm going to have to cross the Thomas Telford Bridge and then up the side of the main road back to the car park. Okay, I'm just not too far from the car. Just take a quick look at the shot of the Menai Bridge parish church. It's quite a substantial church.